YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back so soon. Just after recording a video just moments ago covering free agency, the recent signings and rumors, but this happened while I was recording that video, so I had to cover it. Odell Beckham Jr. traded to the Browns. It's just madness. The whole free agency period's madness, but did not expect this to happen. One of the bigger trades that I can remember in a long time. And then on top of it, you had Gettleman denying the rumors that he could get traded, saying we didn't extend him to trade him. It's crazy. It's madness. But anyways, I'm going to break this down, the trade details, and I'm going to give a letter grade to each of the teams. In my opinion, just break it down, my thoughts. So, should be very interesting. Right before we get into it, a couple things for you guys to check out our Twitter. Always talking on our Twitter. We're talking constantly during free agency. My thoughts, interacting with you guys. It's a lot of fun. And so we have NFL draft content on there as well. Fan voted mock draft going on. Good thing we didn't get to that 17th overall pick yet. We're very close. Check out our Instagram. Check out our Patreon. Links in the description for that. Let's get on to it, though. The trade. Odell Beckham Jr. goes to the Browns. Elite receiver goes to the Cleveland Browns. And the Giants get the 17th overall pick, which was the Browns pick, obviously. Third round pick. And Jabril Peppers. Just throw Jabril Peppers in there. That makes it better. So my thoughts on this deal. I'll get into the grades in just a moment here. But Browns get Odell Beckham. He's definitely an elite receiver. He needs to stay healthy. His attitude needs to be there. It's kind of been here and there over the years. But new team, I think he's got to be pumped about this, especially with Jarvis Landry there. But what I really want to talk about with the trade details is mainly the Giants because they get multiple pieces. We'll go into the impact Odell can make for the Browns in a little bit with my grade. But the Giants get the 17th overall pick. And, this channel started with the draft, and, it's my favorite time of the year. So this shakes up the draft, and that's what intrigues me the most here. 17th overall pick. They have a need at quarterback. They have a need now at receiver. They have a need at pass rush. They have a need at safety, corner, maybe another corner, maybe some offense. Not maybe. They need offensive linemen on the right side. They did acquire some guys here, but they got Zeitler, but they need more. So they have a lot of needs, but they have 2 first-round picks. They need to grab a quarterback with one of these. They have a third-round pick. That definitely helps. Impact. It's a draft class that guys can make impact. We've seen that over the last few years too, especially on the defensive side. So that third round could be used for defense, but at the same time, the receiver class is pretty darn good, pretty deep. Guy will be there. So, hard to predict what they'll do there. And they get Jabril Peppers. They needed a safety, but here you go. Here's Jabril Peppers, young safety, pretty solid. Does still need some work, but he's very solid, high potential. He can play for you. You needed a safety. Here's the need. We'll give you a need here. So. Really, I just want to get into my grades here, but I actually might surprise people with my Giants grade here. I might surprise a little bit of people here, but this is what I'm thinking. Odell, like I said, he's kind of, at times he's been a problem for them. He's kind of been a problem. He's been, a little bit of a diva, a little bit, a whole bunch of nonsense, not a little bit. I think it's a distraction is what I'm trying to say. That's the word I'm looking for. He's a little bit of a distraction. At times I was thinking maybe they should just get him out of there. Maybe they should just trade him. I don't think they will, but maybe they should because it's kind of a distraction, He doesn't seem like he's happy all the time. One second he's happy, if he's catching a touchdown pass, but then he's throwing a tantrum. So I think he was a distraction. I think maybe they should move on. That's what I was thinking before this trade happened. So maybe it's a good idea. And they did get Jabril Peppers out of it, but you think they would have got more. I thought maybe even they did get Jabril Peppers and a third-round pick. Remember, Jabril Peppers was a first-round pick not too long ago. But I was thinking maybe a future first would be involved, but then Peppers again, he was a former first-round pick. So, but maybe they couldn't get a second rounder out of this. They thought maybe a little more. So my grade on the Giants, what is it gonna be? I gave it a B+. Like I said, I might surprise people. People are pretty much hating on them. I think this is okay. The reason it's not in the A range is because you traded a very good player, but mainly I think you could have got something else like a second round pick, like I mentioned. But I think he was a distraction. He was a distraction. I think there was times where I was really hating on him. Like, I think he hurts the team with his attitude sometimes, and he has been hurt here and there. So, I mean, I think it's okay to get him out of there. Another good thing, you get the 17th overall pick, but on top of that, you have a need at quarterback, and you may need to trade up. It's going to be hard to figure out where could you get this guy. Can you get him in your spot? This is a little bit of safety. You got 2 picks. You got trade bait. But yeah, like I said, there's a little bit of comfort here because maybe you don't want to, maybe you do trade up. You have the ammo now. If you don't want to trade up, you have 2 chances to get a quarterback. That's the best part about this. Another great part is, it's in my opinion, I've been saying this for months. People are starting to finally realize it. I don't know if they go this far, but I think this is one of the better receiver classes in NFL history, draft class-wise. So the Giants can retool here at that position. They have other needs, but they already had those other needs. It didn't happen because of this, and I guess they helped themselves with Jabril Peppers. So overall, I think the main reason of cutting the distraction, and you haven't been winning with him anyways. I know that it's because they're missing some other things, but it's not like you're going to the playoffs every single year and you're getting rid of a guy that's helped you get there. It's not like that or anything. So it made it a little more comfortable for their quarterback situation, and it's a very deep receiver class. You also got a safety that has potential, and he's starting to get the hang of it. So I think it's pretty good. The reason it's not, it almost sounds like I think it should be an A or A-, but again, I think you could have got another pretty solid pick in there. But still, for those reasons, I keep it at a B+. So, a lot of people hating on the Giants for this, but, there's some upside here. You got to think positive here. So the Browns, great. Like I mentioned, I think Odell is a problem. I think he's a distraction. But this doesn't really come into play with the Browns here for me. I gave him an A+. They get an elite talent. They didn't give up as much as I thought they would have to. You think they would give up, like I mentioned that already. That you think they could have gave up a little more, or the Giants could have got a little more. The reason this wouldn't be this high is because of the distraction part. He's been complaining on the Giants, but now you got a young quarterback that's going to continue to get better, and he's already been pretty darn good in his first year. There's talent everywhere, really. A likable coach, really got along with the quarterback. And then the main thing is you got Jarvis Landry there. They're best friends. They were the duo at LSU, dynamic duo. He's got to be happy. No matter what he says, he's going to miss playing for the Giants. He's going to say all that. He's going to be super happy about this. There is no reason to complain if he's not getting the ball and Jarvis Landry's getting the ball. He's going to be happy every day playing with him, and he's going to be getting the ball. The Browns know what they're doing here. Baker knows what he's doing. They got Kareem Hunt in there. They got a really good team. They got Sheldon Richardson this morning. It's a great team. Great, it's all positive going forward. It's super positive going forward, and I like this deal. I haven't been a huge fan of Odell Beckham, even though I know he has elite talents in him. But this is perfect. I don't see if he's a distraction with this. If he's whining about stuff here, then I'm gonna lose every ounce of respect I have for him. But I think it's a good situation here. So I think both teams did good. Again, the Giants could have got more, but, I think the key thing I mentioned there is that they really haven't been getting anywhere with them. So you need a quarterback first. Let's make it easier to get a quarterback. Let's get the distraction out of the way. They drafted very well last year. Let's do it again. We got more picks. We have trade ammo. So overall, I think it's a win-win. A little more for the Browns. That's the obvious part. But, any Giants fans disappointed, I think positive here, So yeah, crazy trade. Did not expect. I really didn't. People have been asking. We did a live stream over the weekend, a Q&A. We were answering all kinds of free agency questions, and people just kept rapid fire. What about Odell? Is he going to get traded? I kept turning everyone down. I apologize because I kept saying, it's not going to happen. Gettleman, because I literally saw live Gettleman say we didn't extend him to trade him, and I believed him. So. I guess everyone has their price. I thought it would be a little more, I guess, from him saying that to that happening. But you could count it as a win for the Giants too. You got to think positive here. There's some good things coming out of this. So we'll see how it turns out. Can't wait to see the Browns play, Odell play. Can't wait to see what the Giants do. Kind of want to go back actually. Something I missed on there because I was talking about the draft picks. Who are they going to take? That's the other thing I want to talk on. The obvious thing was Haskins at 6, and then take, the best player available at 17, but there's reports coming out that they really like Daniel Jones. I've heard that during the Combine, too. I thought that was smoke, but now, from the right sources, Daniel Jeremiah, Bucky Brooks, guys like that, they're saying they really like Daniel Jones. They could take a pass rusher at 6, which could make sense. Up there, Montez Sweat, Rashawn Gary's going to be there. Brian Burns' stock is up. He can fit that 3-4 defense. I don't know if I would take him at that pick, but maybe a little early. Somehow Josh Allen's there. Maybe they can trade up just a spot or 2 spots. I'm not a fan of trading up 1 spot. I don't get where that's coming from with teams. I didn't mean to say that. 2 spots, get Josh Allen. That's a possibility. That could be good. But I'm not a fan of Daniel Jones. I do not have a first-round grade on him. I don't know if I would take him in a second. I think, he's pretty good in the RPO, new style offenses. He's got a pretty good touch on the ball down the sideline, but, I don't see a high ceiling. He does make mistakes, if he's pressured, the way he throws the ball off his back foot sometimes, I'm not in love with it. So I would not like that pick. We're going to be live during the draft. I'll probably do live my thoughts on each pick. If they pick Daniel Jones with one of their picks, I would not be a huge fan. I mean, if they were, it better be the 17th and not the 6th pick. But Dwayne Haskins, I'm not super high on him either, but, he's a quarterback. He's solid. He's got potential. I'd be okay with Dwayne Haskins. You're not going to get him at 17. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the Giants do with these picks, which quarterback they go with. Me talking about all this, I'm expecting Kyler Murray to be gone 1. Maybe that's a whole bunch of BS. I do like Drew Lock, so maybe they'll consider Drew Lock. I think he can fit Shermer's offense, but they will not get him with 17. Drew Lock, Giants, not really connected much. Not a lot of talk there. Maybe that's the secret there. I kind of like the fit, but don't do Daniel Jones. Take any other ones. We'll see what they do. There could be some good pass rushers available with that 6th pick. Also, with the 17, that's the problem with the pass rush. There's some really good ones at the top, but then it gets cut off. It really gets cut off. There's some guys that you can work with, 2nd, 3rd round. Christian Miller could fit, but from Bama, but it really gets, there's really a separation. Ja'Kai Polite could be the 17th overall pick. He's supposed to be sliding out because of bad meetings, but he has a high ceiling, very good pass rusher. Maybe they want somebody that can stop the run a little better than Polite. So there's a lot to look out for. We'll go over more of this in draft videos, mock drafts. We're starting to do 7-round mock drafts team by team, so can't wait till we get to the Giants. That should be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the Browns 7-round mock draft will be pushed towards the end because they don't have a first-round pick. We're going in first-round pick draft order. We only did the Cardinals so far. We're going to get to those over the next few weeks, trying to rip them out. A lot goes into those, though. So, but that's going to do it. Talking about this crazy trade. Can't believe this happened. But, 20K subscriber goal. That's our goal right there. We got plenty of NFL coverage all the time. Draft, free agency, during the season. We got power rankings, predictions. So subscribe to us. It'd be much appreciated. Click that like button. Much appreciated. Like I said, we randomly have, random videos like this that aren't scheduled and random live streams that aren't scheduled. So if you click that notification button, that'll be big time because you never know what we got coming. So you got to be notified of that. That's going to do it, though. Thanks for everyone's support. It's been great on the channel, on Twitter. It's just been excellent. So I appreciate all you. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Goodbye.